I had a real need to change when I was starting out a few years ago, and now I want to ask you that question. Do you have a real need to change? When I was jumping from one job and one country to the next, is actually, I just hated being told what to do. I don't know what you think about being managed, but in general, as entrepreneurs, we truly don't like being managed by other people. And I really had this need for change. I had been working in hospitality for years, and especially in the early years as a waitress. I was working as a waitress and I was desperate for more money. I just wanted more income because I knew I could do it, I could achieve it, I could provide this value. And I had such a real need to change. I really did. And this is what I want to ask you now. There are people who develop their business, who are starting to develop their business, who have a really secure income. If you are really comfortable with your life at the moment, or even maybe not comfortable, maybe you're not satisfied, but maybe you are comfortable enough, there might not be a real need for change. Don't get me wrong, I was earning enough, especially in my later management jobs in my employment at the end. I was earning decent money, and also in training and education. The money was actually decent, but there was something missing. Something was missing, and more of the same. Every day the same was worse for me than anything else. So I was absolutely hungry for change. And if you want to make a change in your life, you need to be hungry. You need to be hungry. You need to decide what is it that you want in your life. What do you really want? And literally, seriously, let your imagination flow. So many people limit themselves, and we have these limitations from our parents or from our school. Or you can't achieve that, you can't do that. I was told those things, but I've showed them wrong, haven't I? I've proved them wrong, and I want you to prove them wrong. You need to prove the people wrong who are doubting you. And I tell you, one person who you need to prove wrong the most is yourself. Because a lot of people have this unnecessary self-doubt or self-sabotage. We are going to eliminate that today. So, what is it that you actually want? And now it's your time. It's your time now to write that down. And in your handout, you have a handout that is really important that you complete now. If you haven't printed the handout yet, then no problem. It is so simple to copy all of that handout. So if you have the electronic version, you can just create a handwritten version of it instead. But it's really important that you actually get this out of your head. Don't keep it in your head anymore. That was one of the things that I did wrong, is I had a million thoughts in my head, but actually get it on paper. Visualize everything that you want, and that's the first step for everything. Get it on paper. Get your goals on paper. And that's now your opportunity. So now is your time to pause for a moment and write down what is it that you want more of in your life. And in your business, in your career, business, pretty much the same thing. What is it that you want more of, and what is it that you want less of? And write down 2 things for each of those points. So just pause now for a moment and really take this seriously. Get everything out of your head and visualize it on paper. So just pause now for a moment. So here we are. Now you have a little bit more clarity on what is it that you want more of and what is it that you want less of in your life and in your business. Because seriously, your work, your career truly impacts all aspects of your life as well. So whether you want to just focus on the business or personal life, whatever that is, business is the gateway to the lifestyle you really want. So why have your own business? Let's have a look at a few reasons why most people want to have a business. And there are lots of different reasons, of course, for everybody. And one of the most common ones is that people want extra income. Obviously, if you are in employment, you are capped at a certain level unless you get a promotion every now and then. However, it's always the same. You get paid hourly rate. However, if you have a business, you get paid for the value you bring. You get paid for the quantity. So you can actually sell more with the same amount of time that you have, but get more income. So you can have limitless income, and it's actually, having a business is probably one of the only ways to pay off debt, because a lot of the time people have an extraordinary amount of debt, and it's not often actually even possible to pay that back when you are working. Or it might take, actually, if you do the do the maths, it might actually take you like 40 years in some people's cases to pay off their debt. So if you set up your business in the right way, and that's what I want to emphasize. There are all sorts of businesses. You can run any kind of business. But if you set up your business in the right way with the necessary processes that I'll share with you today, you can access limitless income. And this is all about developing your dream business. This is not a quick fix solution for anything, because there are no magic buttons, and I hope you understand that. If you think that there is a magic button to your success, then I guarantee that you are not going to find that ever, because that just doesn't work like that. Business is a game of people who are resilient enough to go after failure, after mistake, after another, and just strive for it. Just go for it. It's the people who are successful in business aren't lucky. Somebody actually told me a few days ago, you are lucky to have what you have. Seriously, it's not about luck. It's that you just go for it and nothing is going to stop you. But anyways, there are lots of different ways. Maybe you are passionate about something. Maybe you have a special skill or strength in something. Maybe you want to work from home. Maybe it's a lifestyle business you want. Maybe it's for family reasons, because maybe you have kids or you have a family member that you want to look after. Maybe you want to stay home more. It's absolutely possible with your own business. Some people may have an illness that may be preventing them, for example, in terms of mobility, and having your own business might be the best way for that. I've put there better balance and more time. Now, I have to warn you, that is probably not going to happen at the start. However, it is the way to achieve better balance and more time if you set it up in the right way. So there are lots of different reasons. So take a moment now, just pause for literally a couple of seconds and write down on your handout, under my reason, those couple of reasons that you have that is really pushing you, that is forcing you, and it's challenging you to move forward with this business and with your project.